Hello, my friends. We are live. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in beautiful, chilly Cleveland, Ohio. Let me know where you're watching from, where you're listening from tonight. Leave in the comments. Tell me where you are exactly in this world. We have a great topic. We're going to be talking about the 4 habits you can do right now to start raising your vibration. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Everybody's talking about that, raising your vibe. So, we're going to take a deep dive. I've been talking about it this week, but people don't seem to understand everything in the universe is energy, right? And that means me, you, the table, the chair, the world around us. Now is the right time to start aligning your life to a higher energetic frequency. And that raises your vibration. Raise your vibe, raise your vibe, man. I can just hear it. It's a hot topic right now. Energy and exactly what that means in our lives. Now, there's one thing for sure, energy is infectious. The vibes that you share are the vibes that you attract into your life. And you know that. Think about it. Think about your own life. Think about the most negative person that you know, the person that's constantly complaining, that everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong with, right? Every health issue, every financial issue, constant stress, right? They co-created that. We are so amazingly powerful. We just don't realize it. When you raise your vibration, you set an intention to release the harshness of the past, work on positively influencing the world around you in the current moment, and then you attract opportunities for your future self. So many of us are spending all of our time in the past, worried about the things we could have done, should have done, or off in the future, worried about something that will never happen the way we are afraid that it will. But we miss all our time here in the now. We never want this moment. And this is the moment. This isn't about bypassing moments of sadness or grief. It's not about avoiding anxiety. When you hear raise your vibration, it just means you're recognizing the energies of your spiritual practice, and they far outweigh the stress of everyday life. That is how you really attract prosperity, connection, healing, relationships, whatever it is that you're trying to attract into your life. Manifestation is real. Most people just don't know how it operates. They've heard too much about the law of attraction. They've read the book, they watch the movie, and they think you just sit on the sofa and dream about a car and it ends up in the driveway. There's some crucial steps missing. It is very, very real, but you have to understand exactly how it works. So if you're ready, we're going to take a deep dive into all of this tonight. I'm going to give you my favorite hacks on things you can do right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to take a course. You don't have to go sit in a cave and meditate. You don't have to, run a marathon or somehow earn it. You're going to be able to do them right away, put them to use in your life. So sit back, relax, and open your minds. I'm Brent Webb, and this is the Mind Power Secrets Podcast. So we are talking about it tonight. 4 habits that will instantly raise your vibration. So first, I want to tell you, I'm getting ready in about 3 weeks, just after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be heading out on tour. We have some big international destinations. I'm taking you guys with me. I'm still going to be recording content. I'm still going to be doing as many lives as possible. So I will take you on this journey with me. It should be a lot of fun. Wherever you are on your journey, I want you to know you are in the right place, especially tonight, because we're going to be talking all about raising your vibe. And like I said, most people don't understand it. They hear it. They hear those buzzwords. They just don't understand. Well, listen, it's the end of 2023. It's so close, right around the corner. And if you look back, you might feel like Bill Murray. Remember in Groundhog Day? Not much of a difference from last year. Everything still seems uncertain. We realize that control is just an illusion of the mind, and that everything that is outside of ourselves is being controlled by other forces. The only thing we have dominion over is this inner power, is this inner self, and none of us turn inward. We always turn to the outer world for happiness, for things to make us happy, successful, feel loved, whatever that is, you're looking in the wrong place. It seems like that old cliche thought of, you can only control how you respond to situations. It's just been our mantra for so long. But regardless of how these past few years have gone, whether it's been, realizations and growth, or it's been a source of desperate moments and pain, or maybe for some of you, it's been both. We can all agree that we have experienced a great deal of stress and so many challenges. Well, that creates stress, right? And what is stress really? Stress is just a bundle of emotions, and it is running like a river, tearing everything away in its path. And every single one of us has a different way to cope with that. We all have coping strategies. These emotions and how you deal with them, those are going to determine at what frequency your energy is vibrating. The higher the frequency of your energy or your vibration, the lighter you feel in your physical, your emotional, and your mental bodies. You experience greater personal power and clarity, peace, love, and joy. That is when you're there in the high frequencies. You have very little, if any, discomfort, any pain from your physical body. Your emotions are easily dealt with in that state. So I know what you're thinking. I know what you want to know. How do I do it? How can you raise your frequency? How can you protect your energy from all those energy vampires that want to steal it from us every day? You know those people that walk up to you and they ask how you are, and you say you're fine. And then they say, and you say, how are you? And they say, oh, and then they give you a long, drawn out story that just sucks you completely dry of your energy. That's an energy vampire. So we can talk about that. We can talk about, keeping the right people in your life. But how about we talk about things you can do right now, things that you can do starting tonight, because that's what I promised. I don't want you to have to wait. These are all things you can do right away. So let's start with the first. Very first thing you need to do, you need to be aware of your thoughts. And I was talking about awareness this morning. I did a podcast. It was funny, super early this morning. And I was drinking this in the pre-show. And the lady said, you're drinking Taco Bell? It's like 7 a.m. where you are. And I said, no, I'm one of those people that buys an iced tea like 3 days ago and then just keeps using the same cup. So weird, right? But it's just made me think of that. So, but awareness is so important. It's the very first thing. You have to know what's going on up there. And so many people are afraid to look. It's like the monster in the closet, but you have to do it. You have to look. You have to be aware of what you're thinking, because our thoughts, they fuel our frequency. Think about it that way. Your thoughts are fuel for the frequency that you are on. Whatever thoughts you have is going to tint your reality. So to make it easier to understand, think about your mind. Let's say I said the other day, it's a garden. Let's say it's a hotel and you're the owner. You choose who's going to be your guest. You have the power to open the gate of your mind for some thoughts and let them crash there for as long as you want. Or you simply can say, sorry, we don't have any rooms available, right? One of my favorite quotes is, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. That is the absolute truth. That doesn't mean that we can never feel certain feelings. It doesn't mean you're blocking out ever feeling sadness again, ever feeling fear again. Those are natural emotions, but it's definitely cut so far down. But you're still going to have certain thoughts. You're going to have sadness, anger, frustration, jealousy, envy, guilt. It's life. It's life. And until you work through shame of the past, of course, it keeps reappearing in your life. But when we allow these thoughts or these feelings to take all the space, then there's no room for high vibrational thoughts to become part of our mindset. All the space is already taken. I always tell people it's like being on an episode of Hoarders. Remember that show? And the people you'd see inside their house, and they had 30 years worth of everything they ever ate, used, whatever. That's what we do. We take these thoughts and these emotions, we tie them together, so that every time the thought comes up, the emotion comes up with it, right? You think about your ex and all those feelings come back because you've tied them together. But we're hoarders. Instead of taking something we don't want, like that horrible thought and feeling of the ex, and throwing it away, we actually toss it inside, and we're hoarding it inside of our bodies, and we're holding it in there with willpower. That's why knowing what is on your mind is important, because you'll start to realize how much unnecessary crap is going on there that will disappear as soon as you realize it. It's like you drag it into the light, you shine the light on it, and it's gone because it can't stand up to the scrutiny. It's completely built on your immaturity when you were a kid. These are mind programs from when you were a child that are still running in your mind today. So awareness is your friend. Awareness is the very first thing you have to do. Okay. And remember, talking about feelings, it's okay to process. That's what you want to do. Most people are holding these things in. They aren't processing the feeling and the emotion. It's supposed to pass through. They're transient things. We get them, we feel it, and then we hold them in and try to hold them away from us, but they're inside. And that takes life force energy. It takes willpower. It takes that inner power of focus that you have. If you've got it spread over a million different things, it's time to bring that power home, return that power to you so you can use it where it matters. Now, anytime you're having a difficult situation with something, okay, and you're having a hard time processing the feelings that you want, okay, and usually these are about yourself. You're usually most upset at yourself. You're most upset about how you deal with external influences in the outer world. But when this starts to overcome you, when you feel it, and you know you can feel it way before it hits you and takes over, right? Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. We never breathe like we should. We don't take full breaths anymore. There's so much going on in life. It's like we're racing to do everything that we have to do. So take a really deep breath in and out. So in through your nose, out through your mouth, and know in that motion of taking the breath, everything is temporary. And that includes any of the situations that made you feel the way you were feeling. Everything is temporary. I'm sitting here talking to you tonight. I could be gone at any moment. You could be gone at any moment. Everyone we know, everything we have, everywhere we've ever been, all of this is temporary. And when you take that and you finally understand that, you're powerful because you're no longer afraid of all this stupid things that make no sense, that make no difference in life. You're hurtling through space on a giant floating rock, and you're worried about what Mary thinks about your skirt and what your neighbors are going to think about your new car, and just one stupid thing after another, right? So you take that deep breath and you know everything is temporary. You take a deep breath. Everything is temporary. Slowly create the habit to replace sadness for joy, anger for gratitude, frustration for patience, jealousy for self-acceptance, envy for generosity, always the opposite. Guilt for accountability, shame for self-love, fear for self-compassion. And definitely, no matter what you do, avoid judgment. This can take you so far on this journey of awakening. Avoiding judgment. As humans, we're prone to judging other people, judging ourselves. And in a way, it's not a terrible thing. Judgment does keep, us safe in some situations. But when you start judging someone based on their hairstyle, their skin color, their attitude, the snapshot of time you're seeing this person in, you're only doing yourself a disservice. When you find yourself making snap judgments, try to remember that we're all one. We're all connected. This idea that it's you against me and me against him, and if I don't get mine, he's not going to get his, and all this competition BS is not real. You have to remember we are all connected. And in that universal consciousness, we're connected. Our minds are connected. That's why in meditation, you sometimes get these huge rushes of creativity, or you get messages because you get connected to that universal consciousness. We're so much more powerful than we know. Now, if you want to raise your vibration quickly, what do you do? Think about the things that make you happy, right? If you want to raise your vibration immediately, think of something that makes you smile, and then go do that thing. Go see that thing. Go talk to that thing. Take good care of your body and your mind. Be kind to everyone you encounter. Karma is real, my friends. Raising your vibration is not difficult, but it does take a lot of practice. So it's a bit like meditation. A lot of people say they can't do it. It takes too much time, too much effort. But when you break through that wall in meditation, everything changes. You need that time, that spiritual time, to be connected to yourself. It is so important. So important. Hey, Scott. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I was just taking a look at the comments. Yeah, that's right. Be kind to yourself too. That is important. And probably most important, actually, being kind to yourself first, because you got to have that self-love and that self-belief. If you're going to do anything in life to reach those dreams, you got to have that belief. Sometimes that crazy sense of belief that nobody else can see, nobody else can believe but you. So what's the next thing? The next thing is start your day with gratitude. I do this every morning, every single morning. I have, matter of fact, there's one right here. So I do a gratitude journal. I just do one page where I'm writing down the things I'm grateful for. And then I do another page, just a scripting page where I'm creating whatever it is that I want. This has worked for me so much in my life. So repetition is powerful. I don't want to walk every morning, but I do it. I chant every morning. I chant every evening. I meditate every morning. I meditate every evening because they're repetitive. And what they do is they create new thoughts, new belief patterns, and then you're creating a new life from that. Repetition is such a magic thing. So start your day with gratitude. If you've already bought into the idea that thoughts become things, because they do, you don't need a lot of convincing in this area. Your thoughts and words carry energy. They carry their own vibrational energy. And that's why it is so important to keep them positive. If you want your vibration to be positively charged, your words should always be too. Just like Scott said, the things that you say to yourself, self-love is so important. Being in a human body is the most precious gift that your soul has ever received. Being human gives your soul the opportunity to grow, to be able to access, to be able to choose that higher consciousness. Those are where all the answers that you want are there. They're not outside of you. You're going the wrong way. You're looking in the wrong place. Everything is inside. You got to be aware of what's happening. You got to be aware of your actions. Only this way you can keep evolving and evolving until you start to achieve awakening and self-realization. And it could take a long time, but you're on your way. Just being aware that there's a voice talking up there. That voice isn't you. That is a huge thing now. When one of the biggest lessons I ever learned was you don't have to listen to the voice in your head. It's not the voice of God. It's not the future. It's not you. It's just the conditioned past. It's a mechanism that's been programmed through years and years of programming. And it kicks into action anytime you're going to try something new, anytime it gets threatened. It's a mechanism made to protect you. So you don't have to listen to that voice in your head. You just have to remember to be grateful for this amazing life. There are so many other things to be grateful for. Of course, your health, your loved ones, your wisdom, your teachers, your new car. You don't have to be afraid of abundance. Just being able to experience the sunrise, the sunset, the wind on your face, the music that you love. Just being alive and listening to this tonight. Gratitude is not just a list of things and people. It's a way of life. As you become aware of all the opportunities that you have in front of you, and you focus your attention on all those things that you have, rather than focusing on all the ones you don't have or all the things you don't want to happen, when you do it the other way, you're creating more opportunities. You're opening that space. If you're a hoarder, and you can't bring anything else in until you clean that out. So if you want to bring abundance into your life, you have to get rid of all those views and ideas about lack. Rich people are evil. I can never have that. Boys can't, girls can't, this, that, and the other. So every day, open your day with a simple affirmation or a prayer, whatever you want to call it. Just a thank you to God, to earth, to the universe, to spirit, whatever, to your higher self. Just thank you for allowing me to experience one more day in this human body. Thank you for providing me with everything that I need to evolve and fulfill my karma. Thank you for abundance and for love and for health and wealth and teachings and teachers. And thank you for the gift of just being able to appreciate. Thank you for making every encounter with every being an experience of love, kindness, and compassion. If you looked at your day that way, think about how different your day could be. You know, when you stub your toe and everything goes downhill, you stub your toe first thing in the morning and then everything goes downhill from there. What if you woke up with a positive attitude? What if you woke up where you weren't thinking about yesterday's problems? Because then you're in the past, right? If you're doing that, you're in the past. So what else can you do? These are two big ones. But what else can you do if you're ready and you want to start with something right now? What can you do? The biggest thing that can make this happen for you, just like that, is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Practice forgiveness. If you try to dissect words, like some people do, they want to know exactly, where the word was from, what language it came from originally. Forgive, think about it, means to give, to let go, to give it away. When you forgive, you're giving away the hurt. It doesn't mean that you're justifying it. This is what people can't get. You're not justifying it, and you're not saying it was okay that happened to you or that they did it. You're not justifying why someone hurt you. You're not letting them off the hook. You're just letting go of the attachment that you created to the feeling that the hurt has been keeping you a prisoner of. Okay? That is what is keeping you the prisoner now. If it's years and years and years later, and not that that's not a real thing. We've created that into we create those things into monsters in our life. So it can feel very real. But when you give away the hurt, you take back your power. You start taking back your power, and you are powerful. You just don't realize it. Forgiveness does not mean that you have to be buddy-buddy with the person. Many people have said that to me, and it's the person had died. You got to let it go. You have to let it go. You're not friends. You're not saying it doesn't matter. Okay? You don't even have to let the person's alive. You don't even have to let them know. You don't have to go. You don't have to do anything. This is for you completely. Don't create excuses for their behavior. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have any more feelings about the situation. It just means you're accepting the reality of what happened. You're finding a way to live in a state of resolution. And that, my friends, takes time, but you want to get there because you're automatically raising your frequency then. In the same way, you can't rush what's the song? You can't rush your healing. You can't rush forgiveness. Forgiveness is a journey. Like every other journey, we have to start somewhere. And as you start walking through the path, remember to forgive yourself as well. This is an easy to remember affirmation to start with. Every morning, you want to start those positive affirmations. You want to make sure that your day starts out on the right note. Look in the mirror. A lot of people have trouble with that, just looking themselves in the eyes. But that's a great way to start. Just say, I forgive you for any intentional or unintentional hurt that you may cause me, that I have caused you. I forgive myself for any intentional or unintentional hurt that I have caused myself. Being aware allows you to understand that hurt. It allows you to understand that suffering is a part of human condition, but so is forgiveness. And it really is a magic power because it's going to alleviate so much of the pressure and the anxiety. And these are big things. The power that returns from this is a huge thing. If you're going on a picnic Saturday and it starts to rain and you let that go, automatically you get that willpower back. That is, every time you do that repetition, it's like building a muscle, it's building strength, it's building your mental energy. So every time you do it, you pull back, you get your strength back, mental strength back. Every single time you're pulling back your focus, you're returning that energy. Okay. So forgiveness is so important. It's vital. And I have a few extras here at the end because, as always, you guys know I can't just decide on. I usually say I'm going to do 4 and then I think of 8, but there are a few more. But the last of the main 4 is be kind. Kindness Kindness, like so many other things, it starts off from the self. Being kind to yourself is as important as being kind to other people, which is just what our friend said in the comments. You see this? Synchronicities happening right here, live tonight. Think for a moment. The way that you speak to yourself, would you put up with anyone who treated you like that? The thoughts that you have about yourself, the self-judgment, the self-criticism. I am pretty sure you don't talk to your loved ones. You don't even talk to strangers like that. But for some reason, we think it's okay to talk that way to ourselves. The affirmations you're making, the words that you're saying have power. You are unique. You are precious. And there's a reason you're here. You have gifts and you have skills and you have greatness that you've brought into this life. They are exclusive to you. You have to find them. Next time that your mind wants to bring you down, you have to allow your higher self to be kind to you. Now, being kind can make or break someone's spirit. Literally, that can save someone's life. You never know the internal battle that someone else is fighting. So many people feel invisible. They feel unheard. They feel unwanted. So you can be the one who makes a difference in their day. Just a smile, just a kind word can shift someone's life. You can never underestimate that effect in the life of someone else. You don't know anyone else's struggles. When we practice kindness to others, especially towards ourselves, we experience positive mental and physical changes. This rises the frequency in which we vibrate. Some of you may be familiar with the metta prayer of love and kindness. It's a meditation. But here's part of that. May all beings, including myself, be happy, be safe, be free from harm. May all beings, including myself, be healthy, be connected, be whole. May all beings, including myself, experience ease, well-being, and inner peace. Beautiful, right? The way that you think about your day, the outlook you have going into your day can literally start changing your life. That little shift, it's like you're in the grooves of a record. And anytime you start making new grooves and changing your thought patterns and the way that your mind works and your belief patterns, you can change your life. You're changing the grooves in that record. So I have a few extras. Meditate, 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 meditate. I say it all the time. You can't get there from here. You can't get there without meditation. Changed my life in so many ways. I do it twice a day, no matter what. Now, like I said, I'm going on tour in a couple of weeks, and I have a 6 a.m. flight, which means I have to be at the airport at 4, which means I would probably be getting up at 1:30 to be able to do the meditation and the morning routine. But I made a deal with myself. I made a deal. I set an intention. I made a deal with the universe. And so far, they've been keeping up their end beautifully. And I've been keeping up mine. But you have to meditate. If you're looking for a way to raise your vibration faster than anything else, this is my best advice, because your ego-driven thoughts go crazy up in that mind of yours, and mine as well used to. Our thoughts are the biggest energy drain we have. So meditation can give you a quick energy transformation. If you're just starting out, you may go to our YouTube channel, find a guided meditation. I will walk you through it. We'll take you through a meditation for releasing toxic people from your life. We have one, I believe, different things. Take a look on our YouTube channel, Brent Webb Official on YouTube. Okay. So pick one of those guided meditations, or just bring some awareness to your breath. My favorite thing, I tell people all the time, if you're going to just start out, you do 5 minutes. All you got to do is count to 20 over and over and over again. As soon as you get to 20, go back to 1. If you get to 50, you've gone too far, go back to 1. It gives your lower mind, it gives that conscious mind something to do. Okay. It gives it a very menial job to do. And then you're going to transcend it. You're going to go above it. You're going to get into the subconscious. That's when you can make those real changes that you're looking for in your life. You can't get there, though, without some form of meditation. So spend a few minutes every day. It really will. You deserve it anyway. You deserve some time for yourself. Next, get outdoors. I was one of those kids who was not outdoorsy, but I know, I appreciate it so much more now. There are so many things that can help you clear your energy and raise your vibration when you're outside. Just the air, just walking this morning, seeing the sky, it just gives you an instant lift. The sights of the trees and the flowers, even the trees losing their leaves and turning, just the wind, it regenerates you. So I know this sounds like that woo woo new age stuff, but it's true. You got to get out in nature a little bit. So ground yourself to nature. Take off your shoes, walk in the grass, whatever. You're making contact with the Earth's electrons, and you never know. No matter what, you're going to feel better when you spend some time outside, especially on a beautiful day. And that's evidence that your vibrational energy is on the up and up. Now, I almost included this as one of the 4, but I didn't, but I'm giving it to you anyway, because I think it's important. Take a break from technology. And you say, what are you talking about? I'm watching you on Facebook or YouTube or something. I know, and I can take it. If you have to take a break, I understand. You've heard all kinds of reports. Even the rays from Wi-Fi, not the healthiest thing to be around. But even if you don't think about that, think about what you do online and how it impacts your state of mind. Most of our time that we spend online, what are we doing? Browsing our news feed. We're comparing our lives to some photoshopped version of someone else's life, some of their highlight reel, right? You're presented with tragic stories of neglect and abuse and all sorts of horrific things. You're lied to constantly. You're told you're not good enough. You're not cute enough. You're not thin enough. You're not rich enough, whatever. You can't ignore the circus that our political landscape has become. So it's a nightmare. And we willingly engage in it for hours and hours on end. Every single day, we're attached and tethered to our phones. If you want to raise your vibration super quick, take a break from social media. Take a break from all technology if you can, because I promise you, your mind will thank you for that. Next, take a break. Oh, I did that one. Take a break from technology. This is the next one. Use your left brain. Nothing gets those vibes elevated quite like expressing your creative side. So if you like to sing, sing. If you like to draw, dance, pottery, whatever it is, do it. And if you haven't found your creative outlet yet, try some different things. That's what it's made for. That we're on this amazing planet at this amazing time when so much is available to us. How can you possibly be bored? There's so many things to try, so many things to learn. There are just a million things to do beyond the device you're holding in your hand. So guaranteed, there is something creative that will awaken your soul. I promise you. And guess what happens when that happens? You raise your vibration. You raise your vibration. Now, this one my mother would like because she is a big proponent of this. Spend time near the ocean. Every vacation when I was a kid always needed to be near the ocean. That's probably why I love California so much, especially Santa Monica there, right at the pier, right by the water. But, according to WebMD, actually, negative ions create positive vibes. Deep down in your soul, though, that is true. One of the best natural sources of negative ions is the ocean. All you have to do is sit by the ocean and you get the benefits immediately. Negative ions are invisible molecules that create biochemical reactions to relieve stress and boost energy. Now, those rock salt lamps are starting to make sense, right? They totally are. Go vegan. Oh boy, I put this in here. I did this, believe it or not. As I sit here tonight, it's been over a year since I've had any meat. It's been over 6 months since I've had any eggs, milk, cheese, anything like that, any dairy, anything that has a face or came from something with a face. But going vegan is something great to try because it's a tough one for many people. I know people that love to eat meat. I get it. I was that boy my whole life. I never thought I would be in this spot. But you know what? As you awaken, things fall away, things change. The fact remains, going vegan is the fastest way to raise your vibration through diet. Foods rich that were made from animals are heavy. They're difficult to digest, not to mention the cruelty aspect. But if you're not ready to let go completely of meat or cheese, you can still make strides by including more raw, more lightly cooked vegetables into your diet. It's so much healthier for you. And again, it is a great way to raise that vibe. Now, what about sleep? How much rest are you getting? Are you sleeping enough? Because that is another big one. In order to keep your vibrational energy running high, your body must be functioning at peak levels. Now, that means you need to get enough sleep every night. How many hours of sleep are you getting? No one gets 8 hours, right? I mean, I have done that before, but I'll tell you, when I'm really operating my best and feeling amazing, absolute max would be about 6. You know, they still talk about 8 hours. I don't think that's necessary. If you're getting 6 hours of deep REM sleep, deep productive sleep, that would be amazing. But try for 8. That's what they say. Hey, you can adjust it if it feels too much, if it feels like it's not enough. But getting 2 hours a night, getting 4 hours every other night, you can't deal with your life now, let alone making any changes that you want to make. Because that's why you're here, right? You're watching this because you want to make changes in your life. That's why I'm here teaching you this. I've been doing this all over the world for a long time, but I'm here to tell you that everything you need is inside you. You don't need a course. You don't need that stuff. The inner power that you were born with has just been clogged up all this time, right? So hug someone you love is another great way. Hug someone you love. Humans are social beings. That's probably why we have a physical reaction when we make contact with someone that we love. The brain releases a surge of dopamine when you hug someone you care about. And guess what? That includes dogs and cats too. So go out there and hug your pet, give them a kiss. It makes you feel good, it makes them feel good. And what is wrong with that? So hug someone or something that you love. Next, make someone else smile. I mean, come on, that's a given. If you haven't guessed it by now, all the things that naturally make you feel good, not unnatural dopamine boosts like drugs or alcohol, but all the natural things that make you feel good will increase your energetic vibration. So try setting a goal of making at least one person smile every day. Your simple gesture will raise their vibration and yours at the same time, which helps elevate all of us. Remember that universal consciousness. Raising your vibration helps raise the collective. Your thoughts, your intentions, your actions, they create energetic waves that help with the rising of collective consciousness. And it's so important right now. We have to tip those scales, not just for us, but for the generations coming beneath us. We're all responsible for what happens in the world. We're changing our world, our inner world, the world that is our number one priority is that inner world. When we change that, we can start changing the entire world. We can start changing the outer world. If you haven't joined our Facebook community, you should do it. There are thousands and thousands of like-minded people just like you, transforming their lives and empowering each other to transform theirs. It's an amazing thing. We're in a movement. It's a mind power movement. And we are learning, we are awakening that there is so much more than what we ever thought before. And that's what we do. So we'd love to have you join. Come take a look. Now, it's not open to the public. It's a private group. We do not allow in everyone. There is absolutely no spam in there. It is just my teachings on a deeper level. And you are being brainwashed. It is so too. We've been programmed since the moment we've been born. We come out blank slates. And by the time we go to school, we're already programmed with our families' BS, our friends, our teachers, the media, whatever we're consuming. We are programmed. And it's important to know that that rusty tape is running in your mind right now. It's the thing that kicks on when you go into autopilot, which for most people is 80% of the day. Think about it. 80% of the day, you're not even in control. Your mind is controlling everything by the past. It's bringing up all the feelings, all the thoughts, all the emotions, and you're creating your future from your past. It's never going to happen. If you want to learn how to change all of that, go to brentsgroup.com. You can take a look at what is available. It's absolutely free. Just have a desire to make real change in your life. Go to brentsgroup.com. You can get your free invite. You can come take a look for yourself. Also, this is going to be available for the next 2 weeks, and that is it. It's the final copies of my latest book, 5 Steps to the Perfect Mindset. Why did you call it that? because it's the 5 things you can do right now to start putting your mindset together. Like I said, awareness is so important, but people need the steps. Success leaves footprints. Why not do something someone else has done and was successful at in changing their life and changing the lives of other people? It removes the learning curve that you would have, correct? I put them in a book and they're free, nothing to buy. You can just grab the book, download it for yourself. 5 Steps to the Perfect Mindset. You'll find a copy available for you now at successsecrets.net. Successsecrets.net. Don't forget, we are here each and every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been teaching this for 30 years, the power of the mind to millionaires, billionaires, celebrities, athletes. And those people understand it, how to take their mind power, how to focus it where it matters. Every time they get the power back from something they've released, they focus it where it matters. They understand that. Now the masses will understand as well because I'm teaching it to you. It's what I'm doing in these Facebook communities and our YouTube channel and my online groups, teaching the methods, the strategies, the techniques of exactly how to unlock and unleash your mind power to make real, lasting change in your life. Actually, change isn't enough, right? We want to transform. Transformation is what we're going for. Transformation. So whatever it is in life that you're trying to do, you're in the right place. This is where you need to be. But we are here each and every Wednesday night live for the Mind Power Secrets podcast. New episodes streaming at 7, and then they're up the next day, usually as a video on the YouTube channel. So all of this is free. There are 800 videos right now on YouTube. 800. You don't see me selling courses. You don't see me trying to tell you to buy the next level of my program. I'm doing this out of my own time. I'm doing this for you. The more people that we awaken, the more people that we raise their vibration, the more people that we start to raise that universal consciousness. We start to change everything. So that's why I'm here. And that's why I hope that you are here as well. So tell your friends, invite your friends and family, anybody that can use these messages. Each and every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Mind Power Secrets podcast. As always, I appreciate you being here with me tonight. I know there is so much that deserves your attention, so much that draws your attention away. And to take some time to be here and for this live show tonight, I really appreciate it. So if you have any questions or comments as we go off the air tonight, just leave them in the comment section. We check them each and every day. Somebody from the team or I personally will get back to you. Don't forget to join the Facebook community and just remember to go out and enjoy yourself. Don't worry, be happy and feel good. I'll see you next week.